Okay. So we go from Disney to the box office. And the box office is this is going to be a huge box office, guys. And so we're going to do two stories here about this, but the first one, which I actually saw yesterday, is Fast 10. So as I said, come back at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, okay, 12 noon, and Matthew Anderson and myself are going to be talking about Fast 10. We're going to be doing a spoiler cast about this. We're going to dump all of it on you. But I did a story about, I don't know, a few days ago, 2, 3 days ago, about how Fast 10 was tracking for about $60 million. And when you look at the budget of that film, once again, it ballooned. Okay, part of it was COVID. That's understandable. Um, Probably, 4 to 5% of that is COVID costs. That's fine. I happened to look at the salaries of everybody last night, and I was absolutely shocked. And I'm going to be getting to more of that in the spoiler cast, so come back for that, like I said. But it was just fascinating. And so the numbers are going to be in for Fast 10. So according to THR, okay, this is actually better than what they were projecting, believe it or not. Fast, and mind you, these are projections. So when Monday comes around, I'll be doing a story about how much it actually made. So according to the THR, Fast 10 is cruising to a $67.3 million opening and 320 globally. Fast 10 is headed for a North American debut of 67.3 million and arousing 320 million globally. That's a promising start for the 10th installment in a Hollywood franchise, although the series is seeing lower openings in the United States overall. Overseas is a different matter, though. Fast 10 is on track to clear $252 million in its international debut. Its global opening makes it the number two debut of the year behind Super Mario Brothers, and the third global opening in the franchise behind Fate of the Furious and Fast 7. The global pick will easily wrestle the box office crown away from Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, which is now in its third weekend. It's projected to make another $32 to $33 million. And by the way, guys, I said it here on the show the other day, it was going to drop about 50%. Okay? In North America, Fast X earned a B plus cinema score from audiences, the same grade given to Fast 9, the Fast Saga, which debuted domestically to $70 million in 2021, when the pandemic was still posing a major challenge for the box office. Friday's domestic tally included 7.5 million in Thursday previews at the North American box office. Louis Leterrier directed the 10th installment in the popular franchise. He's also on board for the upcoming 11th and presumably the final one. Vin Diesel leads a huge cast of familiar faces and new faces, including franchise mainstays Michelle Rodriguez, Tyrese Gibson, Ludacris, Sung Kang, and Jordana Brewster. Newcomers include Jason Momoa, who's pictured there, Brie Larson, and Rita Moreno, who plays Diesel's grandmother. Nathaniel Emmanuelson, John Cena, Jason Statham, Alan Richardson, Daniela Magnicar, Scott Eastwood, Helen Mirren, and Charlize Theron also star. In his review of Fast 10, the Hollywood Reporter Frank Scheck said, quote, "The latest installment in this franchise is surprisingly durable, with jamming in so many existing and new characters, both living and presumed dead, that just creating the call sheets must have been a nightmare. There are so many lovable displays of photographs of current and former cast members laced throughout the film. You begin to wonder if you're watching an action movie or the world's most violent bar mitzvah." End quote. Over the course of the many Fast films, Dom Toretto, played by Vin Diesel, and his family have outsmarted, outnerved, and outdriven every foe in their path. Now they confront the most lethal opponent they've ever faced, a terrifying villain played in Mimosa. Emerging from the shadow of the past, who's fueled by blood rage and determined to shatter the family and destroy everything and everyone that Dom loves. Okay, let's talk about this real quick. This is just one of those movies that I don't even know like where to start because it is so. I put out a tweet the other day. It is just so wild and crazy that it's just so overpacked with not only action, because there is a lot of action. I mean, one of those set pieces, you know, um, it just it's it's unbelievable that the Rome one. So anybody who's seen the picture knows what I'm talking about. Um, that you know, it's so wild, it's so crazy, it's so out there that I didn't know where I was going sometimes. But I gotta say, I turned my brain off and I had fun with it. I mean, not everything needs to be, story driven, action, and everything else. That being said, this is a good movie. I mean, not I won't say a good movie because the story is all over the place. I the action was fun. Okay, there were a lot of characters that had very little to do, but okay. Getting back to the box office, though, it's impressive because when you look at what this was projected to do, okay, and like I said, it was projected at 60 million. So this was a little. The high end was 73, the low end was 60. So this is right in that 67 million. Now, obviously, final numbers are going to come out on Monday. Um, but let's say it hits 68, 69 million. Call it 70. Let's just call it 70 million. That's not bad for opening weekend. But this is going to struggle just to make a profit or break even. It's made $323 million. Okay, we know that. This has got to make about $800 to $850 million just to turn a profit. And it really only has one more week to do any more damage, and that's next week. It is Memorial Day. It is, everything else. But once June starts, forget about it. Forget about it. So I think that I don't see this not only not turning a profit, I don't even see this getting back to even. I mean, yes, it's going to make its budget back. Okay, fine. This is probably, at the end of the day, this will be lucky to get right around $600 to $700 million. That's what it's going to do. And then you've got to ask yourself a lot of questions. Number one, I mean, they've already said they're going to make one more. Okay, fine. But that needs to be it. That needs to be it. Because it's just too big. The budget is just ballooned. I mean, we have 2 or 3 movies this year. This is the other one. This is the second film that has a budget over $300 million. So you have to ask yourself, how is this going to turn a profit? I don't know. Anyways, yeah, come back. I would just say this. If you want to know my full thoughts about this, come back a little later on. As I said, 3 Pacific, 3 Pacific, 12 Eastern, 6 Eastern. I'm sorry. Let me try that again. 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. I'm going to be talking with Matthew, and we are going to be doing a breakdown of Fast 10, what we liked, what we didn't like, where we see it going, the end credits, all of that stuff. But anyways, guys, what did you think about Fast 10? Have you seen Fast 10 yet? If you did, what did you like? Who did you like? And what did you like or who didn't you like? Without spoiling it, what did you think of the end credit scene? Okay, just generalized thoughts without anything specific. What did you think of the end credit scene? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments and I'll get back to everybody.